Hello, true readers. Ron Gavlik. I don't usually make videos for my poetry channel for you guys. However, I wanted to address a couple of important topics so that you guys know where I stand. The first thing I'd like to talk about is how Patreon is beginning to charge sales tax onto you guys to access my work and the work of other Patreon users, creators. I'm really sorry about that. They informed me of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find ways to kind of sweeten the pot for you guys a little bit, to make the experience a little bit more fulfilled, to ensure that you're getting your money's worth, right? So if you are part of the tier that receives handwritten poetry from me, I will try to throw in some extra stickers every once in a while, maybe, if I can afford to. They're expensive, but I will try to do something for you guys. And then if you're only part of the tier that receives online content only, I will try to find ways to sweeten that as well. Maybe I'll start creating videos, poetry videos more often. But something like that will be done. And if you can just bear with me, again, I'm really sorry about that sales tax burden that they're putting on you. That's not money I'll receive. It's just, it is what it is. The other item that I wanted to discuss is more in the political context, right? So all the protests that are happening right now. I don't plan on writing about it, okay? I have certain political and anarchist views that I know that most of you do not share. My political leanings are pretty off the mainstream. My political leanings and my moral beliefs and my Catholicism actually as well, does all of that together does inform my poetry, okay? But I don't typically address direct topics of interest, right? I mean, poetry is meant to pursue truth. At least my poetry is, right? It's to pursue personal truth and to help people navigate the world to fulfill their lives for their families and their communities the best way they know how. And that's something I want my poetry to do for everybody. So I don't plan on directly addressing these revolutionary type activities that are happening right now, okay? So if you see poetry coming from me and you're kind of like cringing that I'm going to start doing that, or if you're hoping that I'm going to start doing that, either way, I probably won't. In the coming weeks and months, I might have something that hits me just right that I will address in a poetic way, but I don't plan on writing up anything, too direct. Now, however, I do have another Patreon account that I use in my political pursuits. Okay, that is called Rust Belt Revolution. Some of you might have heard of that. I do that in connection with the Green Party of Allegheny County. This past winter, I was elected to the position of media coordinator for the local party. And in that effort, I've created another Patreon account to do political work. Okay, so you guys might have seen something like that come around from me. That's a very separate world in which I inhabit. So my brain has those two sides, right? It has the more activist-oriented, community-oriented brain, and then I have the artist. And there's some crossover here and there, but not much. So I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Give you a little update. I can't very well just ignore the revolutionary activities that are happening. And I wanted to find a way to address that with you guys properly. And that's how I came down to make a little video for you guys. This will be a private video, by the way. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, but I did figure out how to use YouTube to create videos that go unlisted, and I can share with just select people. So you guys are the only ones who will see this. If you try to share it with anybody, I don't believe they'll be able to see it. I hope you don't try to share it. I don't want it to be shared. This is a personal message just to my true readers. Okay. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy this week's poetry and all the poetry coming forward. Also, mailers will go out. Mailers went out today. Okay, so thank you very much. I try to send out mailers to those who subscribe to that level. at the beginning of each month. Sometimes I go around the 5th of the month, sometimes around the 31st of the month, somewhere in there. So they went out today on the 1st. I'm so appreciative of your support. I absolutely love doing the handwritten poetry and the stickers for you guys. It's a lot of fun for me. I have this really, just to give you a little insight on how that process works, what I do is I carve out time for my writing space, and I just kind of unplug from the world. I usually put on some music, and I just go to work with that pen. And I just crank out handwritten poetry until my hand's going to fall off. And it's just an amazing way to just spill blood right onto the page directly. And I've done that a lot in journals and legal pads that I've written in, and my iPad. I have an iPad that has a pencil, and I write in it. However, doing it for you guys gives me a true sense of purpose to handwrite out my poetry, and that's something that I hope you guys hang on to and keep and truly enjoy as a keepsake for all your lives, and pass it on to your next generation of your families. Okay. Thank you very much, and I will, if you have any questions on this video, by the way, feel free to leave a comment, get in touch with me. I'm happy to talk to any of you anytime. I love you all. Okay, thanks very much, and I hope you guys have a good week. Bye-bye.